So Modern Warfare is set to hit October 25th. And if you're not ready for some changes, you better be. Because it isn't just a couple, it's quite a few. Infinity Ward, this year I guess, isn't trying just to skim by like they did during the years of Modern Warfare 3 and Ghost. It looks like this year they're actually trying to do something different and actually garner some respect from this new generation of gamers by completely reinventing themselves into something we've seen before. Not gonna lie, Modern Warfare is looking amazing. I mean, it's not even looking like a Call of Duty game. That's why with the changes implemented, it's not only important to change your game style, but to change your strategy. All joking aside, it looks like Infinity Ward is going to try and hone in on that old school feel Call of Duty used to give us older players who were over 18, where it felt like you were really immersed and were really at war. It didn't feel like an arena-based setup, like Black Ops 4, with the sprays, emojis, the tats, the battle royale, etc. This year's Call of Duty is looking more like it's going back to its roots, with implementations that will do just that, but in new ways. Alright, the obvious detail is that there is no minimap. You've all heard it. Modern Warfare 2019 does not come with a minimap. The minimap is not included. Instead, to compensate, they're giving you the ability to see your teammates through walls, barriers, etc. That's a way of compensating for it. And that's a way of slowing down the game, which is what their main goal is. They're trying to bring it back to what it originally was. Slow-paced, camping, shooting. Now, another thing that they have mentioned is not layering the maps in 3-lane patterns anymore. Now, what that means is that the maps aren't going to suck. One of my biggest problems with Black Ops, and this is a problem that goes back years in Call of Duty, I would say maybe back to Ghost. The maps are in 3 lanes. There's literally 3 ways you can go on the map. And if you're a smart person, you can take advantage of this, and that's what most players do. They memorize the spawns, they camp on corners, they surround the enemy when they play cooperatively with their teammates, and it's just picking on bots, basically. So this year they decided to make it more diverse, the maps, and let's see how it works out. Now, as far as playstyle, that's going to have a huge impact on it because if you're a running gunner, you're going to think twice before you go guns blazing down Main Street. You're going to be more thought-provoked, and you're going to have to coordinate with your teammates, and you're going to have to use communication to your advantage. Communication is going to be a big component in this game. It's almost going to be like in Gears of War, where if a team is communicating, they're almost unbeatable. This isn't going to be a one-man show anymore. This is going to be more thought-provoked. This is going to be more team-based and definitely more slow-paced. And just like every year, weapons and perks are getting a makeover. As in now, create a class is called Gunsmith, I believe. And basically your guns and attachments are no longer bound to that 10-point system. Each gun gets 5 attachments and a perk.
Concussion grenade.
And instead of you being able to swip and swap things for a 10-point system, your 5 attachments now have pros and cons. So if you put on something that, let's just say, gives you 30% aim down sight, it's going to give you more recoil. So there's going to be a pros and cons to all the perks, and all the attachments to your guns. I'm not going to list all the attachments, but I will list the perks. So you can just pause the video right there and just take a note of them. But basically, with this new system, you're going to have to really play with your guns and your creative class and find what benefits your skill set, what doesn't, what classes you want to use on what map. So it's going to be more diverse. It's going to be more detailed. It's going to be more like Battlefield, honestly. And I have no problem with that. I've always wanted Call of Duty to play more like Battlefield. If that is the comparison that people are making, so be it. I don't have a problem with it.
Engineer dead.
It's funny because I think one of the reasons I really like this game, as in Black Ops 4, is because it has a huge variety of good guns. It doesn't matter what gun I'm using. If I can find the right attachment for it, I can make it work. Doesn't matter what it is. And I think this year they're trying to make that more balanced, you know, with the pros and cons system in order to make the game feel a bit more realistic. Because sometimes I make fun of the game because it has BB style recoil. It feels like you have a BB gun in your hand when you're shooting it. And if you look at the gameplay from Modern Warfare, that is definitely not the case. Field upgrades are in the game, but you're able to take 2 of them now. So you choose 2 field upgrades at the beginning of the match or when you're creating your class, and at some point during your match you're able to choose either or of the ones that you chose. So that's an advantage. Amongst all the perks in the new game, there are many that we know: Hardline, Ghost, Cold-Blooded. There are some new perks, obviously, and one of the new perks I want to talk about is Double Time. Double Time is this perk that turns you into the Flash when you need to get out of a fight in a hurry. Alright, so it basically triples your speed while you're running. So that mixed with the sliding, mixed with somebody who knows how to move, can be a real dangerous combination. And since we were just talking about field upgrades, there's this perk called Tune Up. And what Tune Up does is it cuts the field upgrade time in half. So basically the time that it comes back after you use it gets cut in half. So that's going to be almost like a mini kill streak that you don't need to get kills for, because it's just going to keep coming back and back and back in half the time. I don't know what the allotted time is in the first place, but it's half of that for tune-up. So definitely keep an eye for that. And one of my favorite details to come out of this whole Modern Warfare frenzy is we're going back to kill streaks, baby. Yes, that's right. No more score streaks, no more playing the objective, just straight killing people and camping in a corner, just like I like it. They decided to do away with score streaks, and to harken back to that old school feel, you need kill streaks. Which I don't think many people are going to have a problem with. I think it's going to bring a competitive variable that hasn't been in Call of Duty in a while. You know, it came to a point where I was playing Call of Duty just to shut my brain off, just to run and gun and not do anything. Now they're adding a bit more, like I've been saying in this video, more intelligence, more thought-provoking type of gameplay, and I love it. It is worth noting that this will be cross-platformed. You will be playing with people on PS4 and PC if you have an Xbox like I do. But generally, you will be lobbied up with people who also have Xboxes or PS4s or PCs. But there will be those matches where you will be cross-platformed. And it's going to be sweaty, baby. It's going to be sweaty. Thanks a lot. Next video coming soon.